Bills Committee stage.
Today, if you were to move UCDA to the ministry, who of the two should learn from the other? Because after 32 years without you handling a business, and then all of a sudden you come back, and when you read through the proposal to abolish UCDA, you will find that the workers now are going to be spread in different ministries. That means that we are going to lose all this institutional memory. And I don't know why a parent, because even in the act itself, the ministry is given a very big role. I don't know which parent would like her child to go back home after.
Put a question that the National Court Amendment Bill 2024 be read a second time. Those in favor say aye. The ayes have it.
Coffee Amendment Bill 2024, Bills Committee stage. Right, Honourable Speaker. Bills Committee stage.
The roles of UCDA and MAAIF are totally different and cannot be bungled together, and so on and so forth. I wondered what happened now with the conclusion, because I thought after laying that stage, it would be clear that MAAIF should keep doing what it is doing. UCDA should be empowered to continue doing what it has been doing. Honourable Speaker, of course, like any other entity, UCDA has some imperfections, without doubt. But the challenges at the ministry are enormous. And that's why, as colleagues have been clearly airing it out, some of what the ministry is handling has seemed to be too much on its plate. And yet we are saying UCDA has been thriving. Why don't we empower it to thrive a lot more? Why don't we empower it to go to those areas which have now begun growing coffee? Because I listened to colleagues from West Nile and elsewhere, and they're saying we've also begun to grow coffee. But UCDA had not reached there. And clearly it is because, Right Honourable Speaker, government had decided, let us zone the country. These ones coffee, these ones dairy, and that kind of thing. And we must be able to move away from that. Yeah? Yeah, because if a crop can grow in a particular area, why not? Why not let it? So can we empower UCDA to go to those other areas? Because if it is showing that it is able to thrive in the areas where it is thriving now, why do you imagine it will have limitations when you empower it to go elsewhere? Honourable Speaker, the stakeholders of the coffee economy, including of course MPs from the coffee growing areas, have spoken on behalf of the 12.5 million people that are involved in the coffee economy. Can we listen to these stakeholders? Yesterday we did listen to colleagues who were making a case, saying they are from the dairy areas, the cattle growing areas, the cotton growing areas, and they told us, because we began to defend them, and they said, no, you people keep quiet. We are the ones who grow cotton. We are the ones who are producing milk. So we understand our issues better. And we want those entities to go back to the ministries. we actually gave up the fight. We said, now, how do you fight for someone who is saying, for us who want our entities to be rationalized? We let them be. Today, Right Honorable Speaker, you're hearing voices of people who represent stakeholders that are growing coffee. We need to listen to them. Right Honorable Speaker, I even think, personally, if need be, maybe some people who might say, well, we are not too sure, you could grant them maybe 2 weeks or that kind of thing to go and establish from their constituents, to be certain, because a number of us who are speaking, we have consulted the stakeholders that we represent. So we're not just speaking our mind, we're speaking the mind of the stakeholders that we represent. Honorable Speaker, very critically, the mandate of the 11th Parliament, this one, ends in 2026. I wonder why then we would say, let's give 3 years or even 5 years to bind the 12th Parliament. Why? Why do we want to bind the Parliament that will come after us? A number of us, I believe, will be back here, but we shall be back in the 12th Parliament. This is the 11th Parliament. If government is convinced that it requires 3 years or even 5 years to get the ministry set, to put in place all the infrastructure that is required, why don't you wait for the 3 years to elapse, put your house in order, come to the 12th Parliament and make your case? Because now we are operating in anticipation to say, well, we hope in 3 years we shall be ready. But you see, as some colleagues have mentioned rightly, to get the certification and all the infrastructure that is required in place, you need several years to do that. So government, let the 3 years, 5 years or whatever time you require to get ready, to put your house in order. Come to the 12th Parliament and make your case. Don't ask the 11th Parliament to bind the Parliament that will come after us.
The reason we maintain agencies like URA, Uganda Investment Authority, is because they are strategic. Do you want to tell me that a blameless entity called UCDA, which has promoted coffee after the destruction and death of Coffee Marketing Board, should be sacrificed because some people are not doing their work? Can we talk about expenditure in a government, in a parliament, for strategic reasons that gives money to a private company, and then we say we cannot give money to an agency?
Right Honorable Speaker, with the unemployment challenges Uganda faces, the report clearly brought it out that UCDA has managed to employ 12.5 million people. So we can't stand a chance of taking all these people back to nowhere when we rationalize UCDA. Lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg that with the report from the major report, we need to double the budget for UCDA. This is the opportunity we have for the good contributions it has done for.
Wondering, Honorable Minister, why you people preach patriotism yet you are not patriotic. You pretend like serving good food, yet you know very well that you have poison in that food. You know the curse you are creating for your family. You know what coffee means to most of our families. Why are you serving one person instead of the whole country? You mean you don't know? You mean you don't know what you are doing? We know that you are serving poison, pretending that you are giving us good food. I strongly deviate from what you are trying to bring to this house. I beg to submit.
Lutaya, if you don't keep quiet, I will not give anybody to speak. Honorable members, I appreciate what you're going through. I know it is time for campaign. I know people. Now I am going to get people who are clear-headed. Alan, why are you standing? Alan. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.